Hello everyone.
Hello.
Welcome to the first ever Squatch Gaming Q&A. My name is Dustin. This is my lovely wife Tori,
Hello.
who is so great as to help me with my YouTube ventures. I really
Some of you may recognize me from the streams that we do.
Yeah. This is something we've never really done before. I don't think I've ever really thought of myself as someone in which people want to hear something from, if that kind of makes sense. So very thankful for everybody that took the time to ask a question, and I hope my answer
Suffices.
Yeah, you're satisfied with the answer that I give. If not, I mean, feel free to ask again, and I can answer better.
Yeah.
But anyway,
Yeah.
I think we'll go ahead and get started. How did you get introduced to YouTube, and how did you start making YouTube videos? It's a great question,
Your voice is so
Silverac.
much better than mine.
Wow, thanks. It's like I use it a lot to make videos and stuff. Great question, Silverac. So back in 2012, I just graduated high school. I started watching the Achievement Hunters / you probably know them as Let's Players now.
Rooster Teeth.
Yeah, Rooster Teeth. They were doing a lot of Let's Plays and achievement guides and stuff like that, and just seeing a bunch of guys. I guess it doesn't necessarily need to be guys. Seeing a bunch of friends sit around and play video games and have a bunch of fun, and having people watch that and enjoy it, that's really something I wanted to do. I always liked playing games with my friends and stuff like that. So that's really where I got the inspiration to start making YouTube videos. And so in January of 2013, I bought a laptop, bought a capture card, I did some research, and I just did it. And my first video was an achievement guide for DMC, Devil May Cry. And then the life of the channel and my journey took shape after that. I went from achievement guides to Let's Plays, and then other stuff, and now story stuff. So it's kind of come full circle because one of the achievement hunters, Ray Narvaez Jr., the Brown Man, he was in Achievement Hunter when I was watching it back in 2012. He actually did a live stream, I think last summer or something like that, of Hotline Miami 1 and Hotline Miami 2. And he said, I didn't understand the story, but I found a YouTube channel that explained the story fucking great. And he put the link to Squatch Gaming in his description. And I don't know, it was just kind of like validation from, the people that inspired me to do it. It was just a really great moment. The next question from Benji RG asks, what inspired you to start making story summaries? Heart. So Benji, I kind of actually just fell into it, honestly. Kind of like I was saying before with the life of the channel, which achievement guides, the Let's Plays, the other stuff. Some of that other stuff was, I'm sure some of you have watched the Hotline Miami 2's story chronologically, so I put everything in order. When I played the game back in the day, I was just like, oh, wouldn't it be cool to just tell the story from like beginning to end and not cut up like this? And then it took a year and a half later, then I made a story summary for Hotline Miami 1, which actually was suggested on that video. Like someone was like, hey man, I'd love it if you would just summarize the story of Hotline 1 like you kind of did here. And I was like, okay. So short story is I kind of fell into it. People kept watching, and
So he continues to do them.
continue doing it. Do you like bread? If so, what kind? Well, I mean, I like making bread, if you know what I'm saying.
Stupid.
I mean, yeah, I like bread. I think growing up, I always had white bread. But if given the choice now, I think I would choose either wheat or multigrain. I think I had some multigrain for breakfast this morning.
Personally, I don't know if it counts, but garlic cheese bread. Always a winner.
It's got bread in the name, right?
Yeah.
James Kerr asks, what games were you thinking of to summarizing next?
I didn't realize it said it like that.
No, it's funny. It's even edited, too. I'm sorry to say that, James. Anyway, Sir Quack also asks a very similar question. What other games are you planning on covering? What I'd really like to do is Katana Zero, like the series, but unfortunately the series isn't out yet. It's difficult to cover a series when the stories aren't fully told. That's the next series I would like to give the full like Hotline Miami / Lisa treatment to. Mm-hmm. As for like other games in the meantime, I don't know, kind of just anything that piques my fancy. I've got another My Friend, I just did a My Friend Pedro story summary, which was actually requested by the viewers. I'm going to do another video on My Friend Pedro, which kind of delved into like some side story, not necessarily side stories, like kind of like hidden meanings of some of the levels, which I think is kind of what people look for. Volley _LVOTM. That probably stands for video of the month. How long does it take to make a script for a video? How long does it take in general for the production of the video? The videos are top notch. Love you guys. Thanks a lot, Volley.
Thanks, man.
Happy to hear that. Well, it kind of varies depending on the project that I want to do. If you do
how in depth it is.
Yeah, so if you want to do a story summary for the entirety of the production, right? You have to play through the game, so however long it takes to play through the game. Some games are shorter, like My Friend Pedro. I beat in one day. It was like 5 hours. Whereas then you have games like Lisa that took me like 18 hours to beat. You know what I mean? So it kind of varies depending on that, but you play through the game, and then you also have to like get all of the secrets. So for Lisa, I had to do 2 playthroughs. That's why it took 18 hours. My Friend Pedro, it took 2.5 weeks or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
But for Katana Zero or Lisa, yeah, it was like a fucking month long, 2-month long endeavor. So.
And something else is Dustin is the only one who does his videos. He's the one who goes through, plays the games, pulls the information he wants, writes the scripts for them, records all the audio, records all the video, and cuts everything together. And then after it's finished, it's watching the whole video, make sure he didn't miss anything.
Yeah,
do a test upload.
Forgot about that. That's annoying because you watch through a 20-minute video, halfway through, you're like, oh, motherfucker, I just made a fucking mistake. So then you have to go back, fix that, and then you have to re-render it, and then, yeah. So, it varies easily several hours. Even the shortest videos, the 10-minute videos, they could take several hours.
No Photo Man mentioned that he missed the stream again. Those are every Sunday. So if you would like to try and tune in, you can catch us on Sundays at 9:30 Central Standard Time.
Around there.
No promises.
Kajo, our good friend Kajo is great, asks, what games are y'all playing while you self-quarantine? Kajo, I am playing Fire Emblem, The Sacred Stones.
I just started playing Inside. It's interesting. Not too sure what I fully think of it yet.
I'll play that.
But I just got finished playing Man of Medan, I think is how you say it. I was not impressed. It was not good. I was not happy. I feel like it really fell flat compared to Until Dawn. I feel like they were trying to ride off of the success that had, and they just kind of rushed it, and it fell flat. So I have hope that the next version, I think it's called Little Hope, is better. Because I really like I
think you got little hope that it'll be better.
But I really liked Until Dawn. I really liked that style of game, so I really hope they can do better with Little Hope than Man of Medan was.
Cool. Mazer Rackham asks, what video are you most proud of, or which video took the longest? Mazer, it is the same answer for both of them. It is the Hotline Miami Hotline Miami full chronology video. That easily took 3 months of my life. And the only reason it got finished when it did was because I took a week off of work to only work on that video.
That's
Otherwise, it probably wouldn't have been done until January or February. And honestly, that's the one that I think most people
know you for.
Yeah.
Found you for. It's suggested to them.
It's got the most views of any other video on the channel.
Mm-hmm.
Officially now. I passed up the Hotline Miami 1 story summary.
Is that the same reason why you're most proud of it? Is because of how long it took?
Well,
and how much effort you put into it?
Yeah, man. The fucking energy and love and dedication that went into it. I don't want to say it this way, but I essentially redid all of the work I had done previously to make one large compilation video where everyone could see it from beginning to end, and they don't have to click to here, to click to here, to click to here, to click to here to see these just small subsets. It's told entirely from beginning to end. Benedict Hajdu asks, what is your favorite game from those you made videos on? Benedict, that's a great question. I've covered a lot of games in my time. Katana Zero, My Friend Pedro, A Way Out. I bet a lot of people didn't know I made videos on A Way Out. They're all great games too. I made a lot of videos on Destiny 1 back in the day, which I was utterly obsessed with.
You sure were.
And those videos are some of my favorites. Of course, the Lisa game series is a fantastic series and holds a special place in my heart, but there's absolutely never going to be anything like Hotline Miami. Not only is the game, just the gameplay, the story, everything about it, well, I guess some people may feel differently. Just for me, the gameplay, the story, everything about the entire series was memorable. You know, just gave me a feeling unlike anything I've had playing a game before. And then covering it, and it really gave me the first taste of success and growth and was the catalyst of so much. And it will always hold a special place in my heart. Leo Kebbel Vlogs asks, who is your favorite and hero and villain in My Hero and why? He's talking about My Hero Academia, by the way, which if you don't watch, you should watch because it's a great show. My favorite hero, come on, it's the symbol of peace, All Might. Are you kidding me? He's the number one for a reason. He's awesome. And favorite villain, I really like Chisaki. I really liked what the voice actor did with him and stuff like that. Toku asks, I know you're likely done with Hotline, but will you ever do a story summary of the Hunter series on the second game's level editor? Toku, I've done a couple streams of the Hunter series, and I've actually talked to the guy that made him, Lego Mac. It's a great dude, by the way. He's super nice. And man, he puts in all that work for free, essentially. So I wouldn't rule it out. I know he's working on the third piece of the story to hopefully be released. I saw before April, but we'll see. I mean, obviously he's got his own stresses and stuff like that. So I don't know. Maybe I'll reach out to him and ask him if that's something he'd like to see. Because I mean, I wouldn't be opposed to the idea. I would also open up the avenue if I'm going to be covering that fan game. Maybe I should also cover Lisa the Hopeful for the Lisa people out there. I think they deserve to have
a lot of people have asked about the fan games.
And I freaking love Lisa the Hopeful too, by the way. So, Cuntosaurus asks, who is your favorite character in Hotline Miami series? Cuntosaurus, I would have to say my favorite character is it would be either Beard or Richter. And the reason why I pick one of those characters is because the major theme of Hotline Miami is that within all of us there is an animalistic desire to just harm people, to hurt people, which I mean that's undeniable. That is something that we do. But both of those characters kind of resisted that temptation. You know, the only reason they went along with it is for factors outside of their control. For Beard, it was duty, and for Richter, it was trying to protect his mom, you know, so he was coerced into it as opposed to choosing to do so.
I think when we played, I liked Beard a lot.
Yeah, so those are the ones. As a bonus answer to your question, the character I relate most to is Evan Wright. You know, the kind of guy that's trying to solve the mysteries and stuff like that. He's a writer, except he's better because he actually makes stuff as opposed to reiterating what other people have already said. And I'm also a bitch, so I don't fight. I'm not very physical. So Murata asks, if there was a third game of Hotline Miami set in the wasteland, how would the story go? Dude, I literally have no idea. I'll just throw something off the top of my head. Jeez, dude. I guess it would still have to kind of center on that theme that humanity has an innate desire within themselves to harm people. So I don't know how you could kind of do it, but maybe something in that I'll just say this. There's a group of survivors that, this is kind of stuff that's been rehashed a lot in other post-apocalyptic media, but there's a group of survivors that that do a lot of evil stuff to survive, but there would be one character within the group that kind of questions, is it worth doing this to survive? Are we even considered human anymore at this point, as for the actions that we're doing? So
Yeah.
That's all I got. Sorry, man.
Random Android, I guess, asks, chicken nuggets or tenders?
I think I would do tenders because I have tenders more often than nuggets. Not
Tenders
that I
as
don't
well.
like nuggets. I think I would just choose tenders over nuggets. Benji RG makes another appearance asking, are you happy with your work? Yeah, I would say I'm happy with it.
Part of me wonders if that is kind of a double-sided question. Like, one way I read it as, are you happy with the work you've done? And the other way I see it is, are you happy
to continue to do it.
Right, like that YouTube is your work. Like, are you happy doing YouTube?
I think if I could like dedicate more time to it, then yeah, I think I would find it creatively fulfilling. The thing that I really like is explaining things that are confusing to people in a way that makes them understand it. I feel like I've really accomplished that with a lot of stuff. Kings of Astora asks, in Lisa, who is your favorite? Protagonist, party member, NPC, and warlord. So protagonist, I guess you mean either Brad or Buddy. I think I would say Brad, kind of because I relate to him more. I can kind of understand him more, and not necessarily that I dislike Buddy. I just liked his journey more than hers. Party member is Terry Hintz. Come on, the lord of the tutorial. You can't beat Terry Hintz. He's the best. NPC? I don't know. Thule, the Green Ranger. I guess. And Warlord, probably Mr. Beautiful. In much the same way as I was saying with Richter and Beard is the rest of the world has kind of given in to this temptation of just being cruel, evil people, and Mr. Beautiful has resisted that temptation. Although I have a sort of theory that I never made that he's not as benevolent as he seems. Indeed.
Again, our friend Leo asks, would you ever do a podcast? We are actually in the midst of working on one with Leo currently. Don't know too much around it yet. I believe we're going to upload the first podcast on April 1st. We're trying to upload those on Wednesdays, hopefully recording on Saturdays. So I think the first one is just going to be dumb shit we did as kids. If you guys are interested, we'll let you know where that's at and what the logistics
We'd love to
of it
have
will
you
be.
listen.
Yeah.
And obviously, if there's anything you would like us to discuss on the podcast, feel free to share.
Yeah. We're down to our last question. I think it's a good one to end on. It is from Jacket at Not Really Jacket. And the question says, do you have any specific goals for YouTube?
It's a great question. And it actually made me like consider like what exactly do I hope to get out of YouTube, you know? And honestly, like the first thing I can just say is I don't really have anything specific. Like it's all just kind of vague, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I've never wanted to be like a titan of the platform, you know. I don't want to be a Markiplier or a PewDiePie or Jenna Marbles or anything like that. I just want to be able to have I want to be able to make a living off of it. I want it to be sustainable for me, you know, where I could put something out where enough people watch that I get enough stuff to be able to just live off of it. But I don't necessarily want to be internet famous. I don't want to go on to talk shows and stuff like that, or go to conventions that have masses of people come to see me, you know. But I think that's the path I have to walk down if I hope to succeed. If I want to make a living off of it, I have to try it. You know what I mean? I have to grow more, and I'm super shy, so I don't want to say I'm resistant to growing. I get scared of growing and changing and stuff like that, and just because I'm so shy. Like even doing this video I was like, oh, I don't know if people are gonna watch this.
Yeah. I had to push him a little bit because he does get so many questions, and I feel like, you know, he does his best to respond to you guys. I don't know if you all notice, but he replies to almost every single comment or question he gets, but that's just on YouTube. And there's a lot of other people outside of YouTube that are on Twitter or on, other platforms that he doesn't go on as much. So we're trying to branch out a little bit and be more available if you guys have questions or suggestions or
Yeah, I just need to. I mean, the thing about growing is you need to build relationships with people, and they do stuff for you, and you do stuff for them. And I'm so shy that I don't want to talk to people, but I need to be able to do that because talking to people and et cetera, it just helps you grow. The whole point of doing this is the people that are watching, not the actual content that's being made. So
yeah. So going back to you guys, just wanted to say a quick thank you for all the continued support you always give Dustin and this channel and the interest you guys have in his videos and that you still come back and watch when there's new videos on different content that maybe you didn't originally subscribe for. It's really cool to see how much the channel has grown, and
like I said at the beginning, it's really surprising that there's people out there that actually are interested in what I have to say and not just what I have to make. You know what I mean? It's just, I don't know, it's wild to me.
Yeah, it's really cool to have the continued support, and we're really appreciative of it.
I really am hugely thankful. All right, everyone, that concludes the first ever Squatch Gaming Q&A. Thank you so much for all the questions that you've put in. I really, really do appreciate it. Newest video, my friend Pedro story summary. If you haven't watched it, give it a watch. I think it's not super in depth, but it's still a fun watch.
Yeah.
Another video coming hopefully pretty soon.
Yep. Just finished a script for another my friend Pedro video.
We got streams on Sundays.
Yep.
If you want to watch those, we got a podcast hopefully coming out April 1st. We love you to watch, and I think that's it, really.
Yeah. If you guys have any other questions or comments or anything for us, feel free to leave them below or on our socials, and we will get back to you about any of those.
Thanks for watching. Bye.
Bye, guys.